Hello, 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 hello. We are back. I think we're going to be able to finish this guy today. As you can see, he is still beheaded. um, I decided that that was going to be my best course of action for these last three sets of assembly, um, just so that I don't get so frustrated in it continually falling off with, pressure trying to get it to, getting things to lock down into place, and it just it can get the better of me. So, yeah. So we are in the final bits of this. All that's left is the top of his head and his ears. So yay! And then I can go on to the next little creature. Although, all the creatures I have are actually rabbits. Oh, and the little dog, like, he looks like an anime character. It looks like could even be a she. I just liked the way it looked. So I spent some time up in Walla Walla with all the kiddos, and it was Mina's week with mom. So that was actually why I went up there this weekend. I promised her I would, because 2 weeks ago when I was up there, I could only stay the one night because my husband and I were going to see my in-laws, and she was quite upset that I only stayed one night. So I promised her I would come back up this past weekend, and I did. But I took her her Pokemon up with me, and she got to get started on hers. So it was kind of interesting. She's ADHD, and she's almost 8. So she is working her way on doing what these kind of Legos. Um, she did really well. I'm actually surprised. Um, she got it to a couple that were being really stubborn, as you've seen. I have too. Um, and she's like, a hammer. So she was having fun using the little useless plastic hammer. Sorry, I got music playing in my ear too. But yeah, I left the kit up there so that we don't have to worry about me forgetting it here when I go up for visits. And she's with her mom for a week, and then her dad a week, and her mom, they alternate weeks. So she's going to have way more time to work on it at her house than she would if we just, kept it here. So trying to move these little guys out of the way. So this goes right There. Okay. Whew. Some pressure built up behind that. Got that on there and then realized I was in the wrong spot. Yeah, I think where Mina struggled the most was making sure that her pieces were all in a straight line. You know, I kept having a reminder. You know, they won't go together. They're not in a straight line. Stay down. It's really weird that there's a big old gap there. Bizarre. In fact, I'm going to make an executive decision here. Because I know that I have extra pieces. So just doesn't seem right that it's gonna have that has that big old gap there. So I'm just gonna add a couple extra little doodads. Okay, next. That was the other thing too. She was working on her Pokemon. She's like, "Why is there a hole there?" You know, she couldn't understand why it wasn't solid. And I just kept having to tell her it's just how it was made. But that don't make sense, Grandma. I'm sorry it doesn't make sense, but that's how it is. So yeah, we're having a bit of fun. So I ran it while I was in town. I had to run to the post office and pick up a package. I had to go pick up my super worms. It finally arrived alive. That's been a experience and a half. It's taken taken three shipments for them to finally get here and get here alive. The first go round, trying to see these through the through the magnifying glasses, very challenging for me. But anyway, the first order of super worms that the gentleman sent out from California, he dropped them off at his local post office, and after a week, they had not been scanned, they hadn't moved, nothing. And so I messaged them on, because I buy them through Etsy. They're not through Amazon. I messaged them through Amazon, and I'm like, hey, I don't know what's going on with my order. It's not showing that it's left California, and it's been 7 days. I said, my post office doesn't know anything. They couldn't provide me any information. So can you reach out to your post office and see if you could find out what's going on? Well, he messages me back like not even 30 minutes later. And turns out that, they never actually sent them. Which is sad when you think about the fact that it was living creatures that, lost their lives. I mean, they're going to lose their life when they get to my house anyway, because they're food, but they didn't need to die of starvation and freeze first. So then he sent me out. So, once he realized the post office didn't send out the order, he sent me replacement. I left instructions with the post office to hold for pickup. He left instructions on the order to hold for pickup. And not only did it get held forever, I mean, it should have been delivered way sooner than what it was. But it got stuck in Spokane first for 4 days. So I was not real hopeful that by the time they actually got here that they would be alive. And sure enough, they got here and none of them were alive. Too much time in cold weather. And so I messaged him again, and he's like, well, how about he goes, I just give you a refund. And I'm like, well, that's great, except, I still need the worms. So can we give it one more shot now that, the holiday rush technically is over, and, all we really have to contend with, in theory, should have been the temperatures. So I asked him if he would put a hand warmer or something in there to give some extra warmth to them during shipment. No problem. Which he didn't do, actually. But he did get it correctly addressed as hold for pickup. And of course, it arrives yesterday when my post office is not open. So it sat at the post office over, the rest of the weekend, which, oh well, at least it was inside. But I could have contacted the postmaster and said, hey, it's live specimen, and they would have made an exception and let me come and pick it up, but I wasn't even in town. So I was an hour and a half away. So first thing I did this morning when I woke up was let's get showered and head into town, which worked out great because I had an Etsy package I needed to mail out anyway. But yeah, I was like, oh, this is a third try. I was a little nervous, but he handed me the box and I held it up to my ear and went, I hear movement. This is promising. He must have thought I was Looney Tunes. But needless to say, yay, finally a success. I got my order, came and they are alive. So my dragons are going to be very happy tonight because they were getting kind of persnickety about having to only get 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Two. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the right one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're not lined up, so it's like, whoa, wait a minute. But yeah, anyway, finally, success. But what a pain in the katukas, Such a pain to get feeder bugs this time of year. And I ordered from him because, he lives in, well, you don't know, obviously, but he lives in California. So I figured, I'd have a better chance of him getting here alive since it's only 2 states away instead of all the way across the United States, because I was getting them shipped over from a company in New Jersey, but could never seem to get them here live. Except for maybe 2 months out of a year, I had successful, first go around, and it actually, arrived on time and alive. So I was glad to find a place that was a little closer. They're only, like I said, they're only 2 states away. But yeah. But yeah, my poor dragons have been stuck getting, having dried bugs instead of, fresh ones. So yeah, they're gonna enjoy their feeding tonight. I had to look, make sure that they were straight. Okay, what's going on here? I don't understand what's going on here. Again, it's the white ones that are causing me grief. The pink one didn't want to go down. All right. Next. Let's go. Okay, and then this second one goes on the first one there. All right. Yep. I gotta turn my heater off. Getting a little toasty in my craft room. Cooperate. Okay, that's one. That side. So I've ordered they call it a base plate, but basically it's just a, I don't even know what word to use here. Like it's a flat Lego field. Um, and it's not specific. I doesn't say whether or not these particular blocks will attach to that. So I ordered a small one. A cheap one. I think it was like 52 cents or something like that. Just to see if it's going to fit. Because if they does, because these aren't your standard Legos. If they will fit on there, then I can order a bunch more. For all the different Lego sets we've got going on here. Might as well do it off since I knocked it off. Like that is like 100% me trying to figure out how to look at it from a weird field of vision. And that is not correct. That's correct. Okay. kids are playing with jukebox on the string. Stuck on the fireflies when the shadows fall. Tennessee mountain, life is as peaceful as a lake beside. Tennessee mountain, kids sing in that evening. It's so quiet, so that's along the lane. And it swings the summer wind so sweet. And when held up an angel with his wings, a bird on a fence post sings a melody. King, very gooey. Where'd my other piece go? There it is. Shot Sunday with the one you love. So baby, give me future plans. I'd steal a kiss or two. Sweet. Tennessee, this is peaceful as a baby's. Tennessee mountain, kids sing evening. From Dolly Parton to Whitesnake. So when tails you're gonna lose, wham bam, mom is falling angel. Speak and all life. What's it all? Mom is falling angel. We knew the dice of your life. Step away. Okay. It has been a crazy couple weeks around here. Like, we've had a lot of crazy law stuff, like people getting busted, getting arrested. Oh, I'm reaching in the wrong spot for pink. Oh, turn the page. Okay, and that one goes on. Sorry, I got a little quiet on you. What I was saying, been a lot of like police activity, bad guys getting caught, which is a good thing. Um, so where does this one go? Okay, that goes on there. Um, Sorry, did it again. Anyway, yeah, I was sitting in my living room the other night, and I'm on a local, like our community page. So it's like, where people can post about weird noises that we hear in our community, or um that's not a 3, that's a 2. Lost animals, or we've had people post about, oh, there's a horse. There's a horse running down Badger Road. I'm like, oh. um, but just a way for the community to, do community things and look out for each other, and so on and so forth. And I just happened to like jump onto Facebook, and um, I see a post talking about police activity at intersection of Dallas and Badger, which is like, if you've watched my driving videos, driving chats, then it's when I go left from my house, and I cross railroad tracks. But yeah, it's right there. And I was like, whoa, no way. How did that happen? And, we didn't hear it. So I get up and I look out the window, and sure enough, there are police cars everywhere. There's like 15 police cars. And it's like, man, what's going on over there? And then it, comes down, and come to find out it was, they were chasing somebody down who had, well, he stole a gun and then brandished that stolen gun, fired into or at the house of his ex-girlfriend and her daughter. That's where stories are changed. Is that some of the reports said he fired at them directly, and other reports said he only fired into the house. Either way, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to know that if you fire blindly into a house where people are, you may actually hit one and kill them. So people are like trying to defend him and saying, he didn't fire at them. He only fired into the house. He didn't intend to hurt them. I'm like, anyway, yeah, his friends had been posting, he'd posted something on Facebook right before all of this went down, apologizing to his family and telling them he was sorry. So yeah, it doesn't look good that, and of course everybody's like, people are like, he's been going through a mental health crisis for years. And, people that know him, are commenting that there have been a lot of suspicious stuff going on of late, since like the beginning of the year, involving him. Potentially being the cause of his ex-girlfriend's house burning down. And, I will admit, it does seem a little coincidental, the timeline of things. So, I don't know. We'll see if he ends up getting charged for that. While he's still currently in jail. He's there on a $500,000 bond. I imagine that it is as high as it is because of the risk he posed to everybody. Not just in firing into her house, but engaging the police in a high-speed chase, risk to the community and everything. They ended up doing a pit maneuver on him. And, I'm sitting there thinking, why there? It seemed like an odd, they chased him from 2 towns over, so why pit maneuver him where they did? But the only thing I can come up with, the only thing that makes sense to me is because people were commenting that a train had just finished passing by, and that they actually were sitting at the tracks waiting for the barrier to go up when the police rounded the corner. So in my mind, the only thing that makes sense to me is that they chose to pit him at that point out of fear that abundance of caution, because if the train had been any longer, he would have careened right into the train if they didn't pit maneuver him. So, but I don't know. It just seemed odd to me that, you would chase him through 2 cities and then pit maneuver him at the end of at a T intersection, no less. It's like, but yeah, we'll probably never know. But I say he's in county jail on a lot of charges. So, and I don't foresee anybody willingly bailing him out. And risking their own money. Or risk losing their money, I should say. I am feeling like there's a bit of a conundrum here. There's a lot more white to go, and not a whole lot of bricks. And then on Friday, while I was up in Walla, I get the notification again through our, group that there was a high-speed chase. Dang it. In downtown Pasco, like through the center of Pasco, and on one of the major roads. Court Street runs, right down the center of town. I've been on Court Street again in some of my driving streams. And it was like right by my old work. I was like, whoa. And I was like, and again, it was one of those situations where it was like, okay, things must have been like, must have been something pretty major, because to choose to do a pit maneuver in the middle of the day on one of the busiest streets in town. I mean, that had to have been a bad dude, right? That was my thought on it anyway. And turns out to have been the case. It was actually he was a gang member, and he had several warrants out for his arrest. Oh, I like this song. For some pretty major charges. The price you pay. Any of my listeners, do you like anybody like Imagine Dragons? Okay, we're having to improvise. Why isn't this going on? Okay, we're going to improvise this. Oh, I should look on the floor. There's probably some down there. Now that I think about it. because, I've been dropping them this entire time. So we'll see how this goes. This one does not want to go flat. Okay, those two pieces are done. I got to do another one of those. Well, there's another 3. Houston, we have a problem. C, D, E. Let's see. Where did that other single go? There it is. Let me sample it out. B, C, D, E. Nope. Go right here. Why is this not going down? I don't understand. What is going on here? Here we go again. Send your credit cards. Send you work it hard. Not judge a lady. Innocent and sweet. Man, folk crazy. Anyone can see you just a wrecker. I know what you're doing. Get her. Time. And I mind they're too late. You and you should get a few things straight. We can take it out more so you can take it outside your little go. I'm a Christian, but if you keep it up, I'm gonna go and kick it. Your pretty little butt. Is that clear enough? Yeah, you little. Okay, I have no idea where that just landed. Little piece that I was trying to glue up there underneath the ear. It decided to yeet itself onto the floor, so I don't know where it's at. I don't know where it landed. I can't find it. And we're improvising this last piece because this is supposed to be 2 2s on each top, not 2 3s. But I don't have enough. I actually would have improvised with the ones that just fell if I could find them. Okay. Time to add a lot more glue to this one. Plan to share. There's his head. It's doing all right. It's a great day. Just this good. Here's the time left. But I need so. Do I see? I'm just doing all right, and it's a great day to be. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. Can every day be just this good? What's going on? Oh, yeah. Great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining. Close my eyes. It's I don't understand why it's not going on now. I don't understand what's going on now. This sat just fine. And now it's not. So I'm going to let the ears dry. I'm going to figure this out off camera. So that way if I lose my cool, it's not on a recording. So thanks for joining in with me on this project. I'm going to do some other stuff, get started on some other projects, get some prep work done for the other projects. And you'll start seeing some of the other content dropping on my channel. So make sure that you hit that notification bell. You won't miss any. Oh, apparently my mouse yeeted itself off the desk. So we will talk to you in the next video. Bye.